Hello. In this video, we'll be using Google Slides and learning how to use transitions between slides and for objects, and then looking at creating link buttons to take you back and forth between slides. What we have created already here is a very simple quiz, only one question so far, with a title slide, the first question, a slide for the correct answer, and a slide for the incorrect answer, and then finally a slide ready for the next question to be written. The first thing we're going to do is create transitions from the title slide to the question. So to do this, I'm clicking on Slide in the top menu here and choosing Transition. You'll see that the option that comes up first is Slide Transition. I can simply change this and choose from any of the options here. For example, if I go to Flip, I can test it out to the play button. And you'll see what flip means is that it flips in that manner there. I can do the same then for slide 2. The transition menu is already open since I've been using it on the previous slide. So again, if I click and maybe I'll go for cube this time, play to see what that transition will look like. There we go, I'm happy with that. I can do that to every slide one by one, or I can hit the Apply to All Slides button so that my whole presentation is consistent with the same transition. Next, I want to put some animation onto objects themselves. 2 flags here. I don't want them to appear right from the start. I want them to appear when I click the button. So I'll click on the Nepal flag first. And now you can see that I've got object animations here underneath the slide transition I've just been doing. I can click Add Animation. And from there, the default is fade in, but I can change that to any of these if I wish. I could go for zooming or flying out to different directions. I'm going to keep it as fade in. I'm going to have it happen on the click. I could change that so that it happens straight away with whichever change I've done previously, but on click is the one you're going to need most often. Finally, I can choose the speed at which the flag fades in after the click. Default is pretty fast. Click play to test it out. So that's the slide transition. You can see the Nepal flag is not showing, but as soon as I click the mouse, it fades in. Click stop, and let's do one for the Welsh flag as well. I'll click on it here, click Add Animation. Again, there's a lot of options. Do be careful. Many of them are to make objects disappear, like fade out or fly out. And some of them, such as zoom and spin, they don't make the object appear or disappear. They just make the object react in some way. So I'm going to keep this one on fade in so they match and get consistency in my slide. And then click play to test it out. So here's the slide transition. No flag is visible. I click once, and then the Nepal flag comes. I click again, and the Welsh flag appears. So that's transitions. I can now close the side menu, and I'm happy with my transitions between slide 1 and slide 2. The next thing I want to do is have the Nepal flag link to slide 4, which is the incorrect slide, and have the Welsh flag link to slide 3, the correct one. So whichever flag that the person playing my game clicks on, it takes them to the appropriate slide. I'll select the Nepal flag, and up here is the Insert Link button. It looks a bit like a paperclip, but it's actually a link in a chain. If I click that, I could paste an external link here. So if I wanted to make it link to the Wikipedia for Nepal, that would work. However, I'm going to click on Slide in this presentation. And I can go down to slide 4, which is, of course, the one that tells them they're incorrect. Click Apply. Do the same for the Welsh flag. Click the Insert Link button. This time I'm going to choose slide 3, the correct, well done slide, and click Apply. Let's see what that looks like in practice. If I click Present to test it out, I'll click twice so the flags appear. Now if I click the Nepal flag, there you go, it takes me to the slide telling me I'm incorrect. I'm just going to hit the back arrow to take me back to the slide here. Now I click on the Welsh flag, and that takes me to the slide that tells me I'm correct. So I'm pressing Escape to leave preview, because the next thing I need to do on this slide 4 is make this back button into a link as well. So we did it earlier for pictures. Now we need to do it for a whole box. I've selected the box, But to select it fully, I'm going to click on the outside line. You can see the cursor change when I go on the outside line. So I click there to select the whole box. And now again, I'm going to click on the insert link. And since this is taking me back to the question, I need to select slide 2. So that button now takes you back to try the question again. And for the Welsh flag one, the correct answer, I want to move on to the next question. So let's actually make the whole button here. I select the text box. I drag it to the size I want. And I'll type on next question. Let's quickly highlight that. Let's make it a slightly bit bigger. Maybe have it in the middle of the box. So alignment here, not only can I choose this one to make it in the middle of the line, but I can also choose this one here that makes it the middle from the top to the bottom of the box as well. Actually, let's make it even bigger. There we go. Now I want an outline to the box. So this is the pencil that you see over here, border color. I'm going to choose a black border for it. And then I'm going to use the paint pot to give you that yellow background. So it looks now like a proper button. And just like I did on the previous slide, I'm going to click on the box, click on the outline to select the box as a whole, and then insert a link. And this time it's going to take me forward towards the next question and apply. So now let's test out the slide as a whole. I'm going to the first slide and clicking present. Let it load. Click forward. There's my transition. Click a few times for the flags to appear. If I clicked on the Nepal flag, it tells me I'm incorrect. So I can click back. It takes me back to this question. And if I click on the Welsh flag, it tells me I'm correct. And I can go forward to the next question, whatever that might be. And there you go. That's how we use slide transitions, object animation, and link buttons inside Google Slides.